Hey guys, so I don't normally do these trailers anymore, the demo reactions, because I mean, there's so many of them, and some of them just they're okay, but this one is really, really good. It stands out as one of my favorites, right there along with like Zhongli's and Hu Tao's and Nahida's and Yai Miko's. This one's really good. It has no business being this good, but this is for Furina Hydro Archon, and well,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most spectacular show in the history of Fontaine. Please put your hands together for our national icon, Fontaine's biggest celebrity, one of the 7 archons of Tibet, the Regina of all waters, kindred, peoples, and laws, Furina de Fontaine!
Vocal cords are ready, blood sugar replenished. Let the show begin! Natural smiles, please. Hold it and action.
I told you it was awesome. Uh, so Farina, her character design, obviously, just they always, especially with the archons. I mean, they're gods. They're supposed to stand out. And all the archons are kind of colored in the way of their vision, their element. So we've got Farina, who is the Hydro Archon. Also, I love her eyes. 2 separate colors, and the little like raindrops or water droplets, which I think absolutely amazing. But she's a Hydro Archon, so she's wearing different 50 shades of blue. You got baby blue, royal blue, and it's so also it just kind of works with her, like this jacket, but then she's like wearing these like little shorts, but then she's got like the the boots and all that, but the between all the blues and the trimmings of gold, and especially her hat, she's got her. I love how the incorporation of her vision right there on the bow, right there on her side. um It's just a really cool looking character. Yeah, well, they're not really boots. They're just actually like regular, like little heel type action. But I love the seal though. So precious. One of my favorite little characters in the game. Yeah. But even you can see even the bottom of her shoes are blue. They kind of separate everything by it looks like her shoes are black. She's got the white socks and all that and black shoes, but like the bottom of her shoes are even blue. And then you look at someone like Zhongli, who is dressed in mostly browns, the Geo Archon. You have Nahida, who's wearing a lot of greens, the Dendro Archon. You have the Raiden Shogun, who is the, Electro Archon, and she's wearing a lot of purples. So, of course, it's kind of that way for everyone, really. If you see a lot of the characters, they're all kind of dressed in, but, their clothes are but the archons, they're archons. They have to be extravagant. They have to be a little cut above the rest. Um, but her, yeah, that's like actually no. Are her shoes actually blue? Like just a darker blue? But also this part right here, I love. So this is actually representing all the other archons. So we see green right here. She's swinging by, all nice and happy, like Nahida on her little swing. Then we've got Venti being represented by like the bluish, like the teal. She's got the harp, just like Venti. Venti being a bard. Um, then you've got the Raiden Shogun, who I think if I remember when we meet her in her little plane of Euthymia, this is how she's sitting. She's just kind of sitting there, and that's exactly the same pose we see her in. Eyes closed, kind of meditating. And then we finally have Zhongli. She's kind of passing by and throwing out what looks like Mora, but you've got the brown being represented, and being represented by that brownish, the Mora, you know, frivolously just throwing money away like Zhongli does. He's the guy who creates it, so uh, he doesn't care about money. And then we finally have her coming back to hers, and you see the blue light, and she's back to herself, very theatric, throwing her hat. So I just love the fact that she represented her fellow archons. This part right here with her stopping, basically like looking like she's stopping time and like interacting with everything. But yeah, very theatric for her. And she's what Fischl wishes she could be. Like her character is very childish. She's putting on this character very much like Fischl, except Fischl, while she just pretends to be a princess, this girl's a Hydro Archon. And it's weird when we first hear about Fontaine. It's like, oh, things in Fontaine aren't very good right now, and you're thinking that like she's some kind of evil tyrant, and then you meet her and she's not. The justice system in Fontaine is actually really good. You play through the quest with like when you first get there, and there's the murder, and you have to kind of prove Lenny's innocence, and you see that the justice system there, they collect every piece of evidence possible, and even as an outsider, we're there and we're representing Lenny, and they're like, go ahead and go to the scene and collect as much evidence as you need. During the trial itself, our character is like, yeah, can we just have a brief, like a recess and all that? In which it's granted. It could have been like, no, that is not from. No, they're like, okay, sure, go ahead and do whatever you need to do. So the justice system is actually very fair in Fontaine. According to Child, there you can duel some of the strongest the guards there in Fontaine. If you win, no trial, no nothing. You're pretty much free to go. If you lose, you have to go to trial, and then it's kind of up to the system. But it's very fair and just, it seems. And she's not some kind of tyrant like they were trying to show her to be. Because it's like, oh, things in Fontaine are really bad right now, and blah, 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 blah. But she's basically just a child. Even though she's not, she's an Archon, so she's 500 plus years old. She's very much like Fischl. You know, she puts on this act. Like, during the trial, she comes off as very confident and like, I'm the Hydro Archon and this and that. But then it cuts to, it shows like her inner self, like her true self. And she's like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Oh, is it too late to take it back now? Stuff like that, where she has this character that we see, but then it kind of shows how she actually is. And I just think that's really, really cool. Whereas like Fischl, it's the same thing, but instead of cutting away to like some, black screen type thing with a little, like a version of her, we get Oz. Whenever Fischl breaks character or something, Oz is there to kind of, what Mein Fraulein means is, but she doesn't have something like that. She has herself, and I really like it. And then she's performing the after show, adults only. No. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. Anyway, but I love her design. And she's an Archon, so naturally I have to add to my team. I have all of them up till now, so Furina's coming home. But yeah, it's just a really, really fun trailer. Like I said, her eyes, the drops, her character design is amazing. Her voice work is amazing. The music here is amazing. The angles and the shots and the action going on is amazing. This whole part, like a silent film going on, that's amazing. But then you have something coming down immediately after, like it's a stage play, like this, have like a stage, a drop, very crude looking cutouts, and looks like a stage production. I just just the mesh of it. And then at the end, you have this song going on, and I believe Fontaine is based in based on France, so I believe the song actually is being sung in French. Just like Eugen's little opera that was sung in Chinese. But got the whole cast here, all the Fontaine players, even Child, even though he's not Fontainian. But it's oh, look at that evil Archon. Oh. Now, the only one I'm worried about is either Saritsa. Actually, the Saritsa, I don't think is evil as we think she is. I think she's just tired of Celestia. Now, Natlin's Archon, I believe, is just, it's like the god of war, kind of. But I don't think they're evil. They're more vicious than the others, if I remember, but they're not, they shouldn't be evil. But, ooh, look at her. She's such an evil Archon that everyone loves her, and she's the biggest celebrity in Fontaine, and people are able to willingly, able to just talk out against her and not be arrested for it. Ooh, evil! Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.